Om Vakradunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryechu Sarvada. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री मेधा दक्षिणामूर्ति स्वामिने नमः। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्धतामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्ख्यपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। ओम Namaste everyone.
Namaste Guruji.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram. Namaskaram. Namaskaram. So right in the beginning of the class, let me make one announcement, lest I forget it later, which is that next week we will not have the class because we are having a family function here in Coimbatore and all the family is gathering. So my son-in-law has organized a 3-day trip to Alapi, some boat house and all that. So they're insisting that I should go with them. So on next Friday, we will be traveling. So at this time, I will be in the bus. So no access to internet or anything. So one class we will have to miss, unavoidable circumstances. Okay. I will send a WhatsApp message also for those who have not been able to attend today's class. But then probably I'll repeat this at the end of the class if I remember, so that late joiners also can get the message. So just one announcement I wanted to make. Okay. Now we will continue. 44th shloka we will chant. Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam.
Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya
Prasadaye tvamahamishamidhyam. Piteva putrasya sakeva sakyuhu. Priya priyayarhasi deva sodhum. Good. So in these verses, we are seeing another side of, another facet of how a human mind works, especially a mind which has been given to a dharmic way of life. Such a person, when he realizes that he has committed a serious mistake, knowingly or unknowingly, will suffer a guilt feeling. Of course, as we traverse the spiritual journey, we must get rid of both guilt and hurt, because both hurt and guilt are two big impediments, two obstacles for reaching the spiritual goal. And they occupy the mind space significantly, severely, and also constantly, that we will find it difficult to focus the mind on anything else, especially Atma Jnana. And therefore, in our spiritual journey, one of the goals is to get rid of hurt and guilt. And Arjuna has to still go a very long way to reach that goal. And therefore, he feels guilty that in the past, considering Bhagavan Krishna as a friend, he might have inadvertently or out of fun or even sometimes because of affection offended him in many ways, on many occasions, both in private and in public. And therefore, now looking back at his relationship with Krishna since childhood, Arjuna is feeling extremely guilty and seeks Krishna's forgiveness. And he started saying sorry in the verse number 41. And we are now first verse 44. He is continuing in the same vein. And from this we can gauge how much of a guilt feeling he has, and with how much sincerity he is seeking forgiveness. It is not just sort of, words. He really means it. And this despite the fact that he has not done any serious offense. All that he has done is treated Krishna as a friend, and he has behaved with Krishna as any good friend will behave with any other good friend. He has not hurt or harmed him in any way. And therefore he says, Tasmat, because I have offended you, insulted you, belittled you, therefore pranamya, I offer extra prayaschitta namaskaras. And what kind of pranama hai? Not the short kind of pranama, just by joining up arms, or like this shorter ones, nodding the head and all. It is not a shortcut namaskara. Pranidhaya kayam. Kayam means shariram, the body. Pranidhaya means falling prostrate, falling down. Dandavat pranama, as they say in Hindi, and Sashtanga pranama in Sanskrit. Sashtanga pranama means when you are doing the namaskaram, 8 parts of your limbs should touch the floor, right from forehead to your toes. 8 parts, Sashta Anga Pranama. So having done Sashtanga Pranama to you, Tvam Aham Prasadaye, I propitiate you as a compensation for the insult that I have done. You may please cool down, Bhagavan. Even though Bhagavan Krishna has not got heated up at all. In fact, he is probably enjoying all this. But this is what Arjuna feels, that perhaps thinking of all those insults, Bhagavan may get heated up, and so I am cooling you. Tvam prasadaye. And what type of you? Idyam Isham. Isha means the Lord. Lord of the whole creation. Sarvasya jagatah ishte iti ishah. That is how the word ishah is derived. Sarvasya jagatah ishte. Ishte means rule over. So the one who rules over the entire universe is called Ishah or Ishwara, as we commonly use that expression. Idyah means the adorable one, the only one who deserves namaskara. Other than Bhagavan, nobody deserves namaskara. Any honor belonging to anyone ultimately comes from the Lord only. You may be a very great artist, a great musician, great painter, very well accomplished in your career. Always remember, everything that you are, all belongs to Bhagavan only. For some reason, Bhagavan has chosen you to be the nimitta, the instrument for expressing that glory of his. Like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan chose Arjuna to express or to tell the world what he really is. And this message is conveyed beautifully in a story in the Keno Upanishad. Because there was this fight between the Devas led by Indra and the Asuras. And Devas finally won. And they were all celebrating. As usual, any political party, when they win lot of the seats in government, they will have a party and a gathering. And they will all praise each other. Oh, you did this, you did that, and all. Sometimes they will take the praise. I did everything. So in this meeting of the Devas, Indra said, oh, it was because of my leadership that we won. Agni said, no, 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 nothing. I mean, this because of my heat, this war was won. Because all the astras that the Devas sent out, the heat which came out, which actually vanquished the enemy, I was that heat. Similarly, Vayu took glory, Agni took glory, all these other devatas all were saying because of me, because of me. And finally, one Yaksha appears and calls all of them, come, come. What are you all having meeting about? They said, oh, this is thing we have won and we are celebrating it. Because of me only, everything has happened. Then the Yaksha starts, testing them. I will not go into the full story. It's a very interesting story. Testing them. And then they all get censured by the Lord. Because the Bhagavan appears, Ishvara appears in the form of Yaksha to break their vanity. So nobody in the world deserves namaskara. And that is why I told you in the last class, even if you do namaskara to a jnani, a guru or a sannyasi, he knows the consequences of accepting such a namaskara, which is what? Spiritual downfall. Therefore, what does he do? He immediately hands over the namaskara to the Lord through the Guru Parampara. And that is why when you do a namaskara to a jnani or a Mahatma, they will not give any blessings, like normal people say, Sada Sukhi Bhava, or in Sanskrit, Dhirga Yushman Bhava and all. They will only say Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. What is the meaning? They are calling the God, hey, this fellow is doing namaskara to me, please come and take it. I don't want to be a part of this at all. Idiom means to worship. Id dhatu, to worship, to honor. So Arjuna says, Isham Idyam. I am doing this namaskara to you so that you will forgive me, forget all the offenses, all the insults that I have heaped upon you. And oh Lord, you have to forget and forget the offenses. And he gives three examples for forgiveness. The first is Pita, a father, with regard to the offenses of the children. So Arjuna says, just as a parent or father, here the word Pita, we can interpret it in a broader sense as both Mata and Pita. I will explain that little later. So Arjuna says that just as a parent or a father forgives the children, even though they commit mistakes because of their immaturity, but still they are forgiven by their parents. And we have seen that in so many examples, live examples, isn't it? Sometimes children, what they do, they don't listen to the parents. And one of the most important decisions in their life is getting married. Without even informing the parents, or even if they inform, when the parents object, they still go ahead and marry somebody whom the parents have not approved, because they are emotionally driven at that point in time. So they feel that their spouse is more attractive to them than their parents' words. But then what happens? Maybe the parents will be angry for a year or two maximum. Then they will forgive and forget, accept the daughter-in-law. This I have seen this in n number of cases. So from this example, what are we supposed to learn is that although indirectly, of course, not directly, whenever our children do any mistakes, any errors, any, because of lack of judgment, they commit mistakes, we have to forgive them. Of course, this does not mean that we do not have a duty not to correct them. We have a duty to correct them, guide them. But despite all that, if they commit mistakes, we should forgive them. So, Pita eva putraha. Of course, times have changed. It is no longer like the days when we were children. In fact, before our father, we used to be scared to even stand before our father. Today, children are calling father hi, bro, and all that. I don't know how father can become a bro. Because, see, it's not their fault. In our case and all, we were not exposed to so much, to media, social media, to the world. And nowadays, children do all kinds of things because they are exposed to the culture from all over the world. We were exposed to only one culture. Or if we are actually been somewhere in army or something, or in Delhi, mostly Indian culture only we were exposed to. We were never exposed to a Western culture. But now that is not the case. Today, all cultures from all over the world are entering our homes through social media, the interaction of our children with the society, and of course the world at large. There has been a revolution in communications apparatus, and therefore they are bound to make mistakes. They are bound to have wrong judgments. They are bound to take decisions about their life which are not in tune with our own cultural values. And here Arjuna is sending out an important message. The parents are supposed to forgive the children. Similarly, O Lord, you being a parent, you should forgive me. Pita eva putraha. Then the second example is husband forgiving the wife for her mistake, offenses, insults, etc. Of course, in olden times when the husband was elder and the wife was much younger, the differences of age I've seen 10 years, 13 years, and all. The husband at that time was considered to be a guru, and the wife is considered to be a shishya. Even though, of course, in modern times, if you tell your wife you are my shishya, he will say you are my shishya. No wife is willing to become a shishya now. Because husbands also do not have that kind of a guru status. But let us not get into that. But the marital relationships were different in those times, and therefore Arjuna says, Priyaha Priyayaha. Just as an husband forgives the wife, Priyayaha means wife. Literally, Priyaha means dear one. And here, Priyaha means the husband, Priyayaha means the wife. So, just like the husband forgives the wife, you should forgive me. Means what? Means your and my relationship is now that of a guru and shishya. And therefore, as a guru forgives all the errors, all the mistakes, all the misdemeanors of the shishya, please forgive me. So you will notice here the wife is also called Priya, husband is also called Priya, isn't it? So both of them should be dear to each other. That is the message that Gita is giving, isn't it? Then finally he says, Sakheva Sakyuhu. Just as a friend forgives the offenses, insults of the friend. Similarly, O Lord, you are like father, you are like husband, and also you are like a friend. You are, of course, my friend. And in fact, there are two types of friendship. One is the normal, casual friendship that you have with people, with your classmates, neighbors, children, etc. Another is friendship as a bhakti. And that in the scriptures is called Madhura Bhakti. When the devotee looks upon himself or herself like a gopi or a Radha, and the Lord is only a Purusha, that time the gopi or Radha, the devotee looks upon the Lord as a friend. This is called Madhura Bhakti. Excuse me. And therefore, Arjuna says, you are like the husband, you are like, of course, my friend also. From whatever angle you see Krishna, Lord Krishna, Bhagavan, you have to forgive and forget. Forgive me and forget. And therefore, sodum arhasi. We can supply the word aparadhan, offenses. So the whole second line we can restate as Pita iva putrasya aparadhan sodum arhasi. Priya priyayah aparadhan sodum arhasi. Sakha sakyuhu aparadhan sodum arhasi. We can understand it in this manner. Sodum means forgive. Arhasi means I desire, I pray, I plead. So similarly, Hey Krishna, hey Bhagavan Krishna, you also forgive me for all my past misdemeanors. Now we continue to the 45th sloka. All of you can unmute. We will chant. Adrishtapurvam rishitosmi drishtva भयेन च प्रव्यथितं मनो मे तदेव मे दर्शय देवरूपम्
तदेव मे दर्शय देवरूपम्
प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास
प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास.
So the Anvaya is Drishtva Adrishtapurvam Rishitah Asmi Cha Me Manah Pravyatitam Bhayena Deva Me Darshaya Tatrupam Eva Devesha Jagannivasa Prasida. Drishtva, seeing your universal form. Adrishtapurvam, which has not been seen before. Rishitaha asmi, I am delighted. Cha, and at the same time, me manaha, my mind, pravyatitam, is afflicted. Bhayena, with fear. Deva, O Lord. Me darshaya, show me. Tat rupam eva, that familiar form itself. Devesha, O God of gods. Jagannivasa, O Lord who is the abode of the universe. Prasida, be gracious. So seeing the universal form which has not been seen before, I am delighted. But at the same time, my mind is afflicted with fear, O Lord. Therefore, show me that familiar form itself, O God of gods, O Lord, who is the abode of the universe. Please be gracious. So here in this shloka, Arjuna is expressing his twofold emotions, which are simultaneously occupying his mind. Arjuna says, I am in a dilemma now. I am in a conflict now. One part of my mind says, I am one of the very few lucky ones, blessed ones, because Bhagavan gave me Divya Chakshu, which is not easily available for others. Only Jnanis and all, because of their tapas, because of their jnanam, for their self-knowledge, they have got this Divya Chakshu, with which they are able to see the Vishwarupam and consider the entire Vishwa as one Rupam. All others will look at the Vishwam as different Aneka Rupam only. And since it's a very rare blessing, and in fact people will glorify me, saying that, oh Arjuna, you are the most luckiest one. And even some people may also be envious. See, this Arjuna, he got such a blessing from Lord Krishna, I didn't get it. And therefore, from that angle, I feel totally blessed. I feel very happy. But at the same time, another corner of my mind is only looking at the mouth of the Lord, which you chose to show me, into which all the near and dear ones were entering. So many examples Arjuna quoted, They are all entering with high speed, and some of them are being crushed, being ruthlessly killed, crushed in between the teeth, as though the God is a cruel God. So from that angle of the Lord as a destroyer, my mind is extremely in the grip of fear, bhayam. So one part of my mind is happy, another part of my mind is distressed with fear. And since one part of my mind is happy, it is telling me, Arjuna, this is a very rare opportunity you have got. Therefore, continue to see the Vishwarupa. It's really wonderful. But the other part of the mind with fear says, Arjuna, close your eyes. Don't look at this at all. You see what is happening? Such a gory sight. Close your eyes. Like normally we do, it's when you are going with children. Suppose there is an accident site. Somebody has been severely injured, lying down on the road with lot of blood and all. What we'll do? We will close the eyes of the children. We don't want children to see that. So similarly, another part of my mind is telling me, don't look at it. Don't look at the Vishwarupa. So it is a situation like, I am neither able to swallow it nor able to spit it out. And in Tamil, in Malayalam and all, there are so many such sayings, neither able to swallow nor spit it out. So Arjuna seems to be caught in this dilemma. But Bhayam is more dominant because Divya Chakshu is only an artificial one given by Bhagavan. A sadhaka should claim Divya Chakshu by his own or her own sadhana, by sufficient karma yoga sadhana, by diluting ragadveshas, ahankara mamakaras, by removing all the kama krodhadi impurities. Such a mind gets a naturally developed Divya Chakshu. And when we have got a naturally developed Divya Chakshu, Vishwarupa will not be a problem. It will not be frightening. In fact, Vishwarupa Darshanam will give that ananda. Because you are now having a vision of the entire universe in front of you, enjoying every aspect of the entire Ishwara's order. That's an ananda you get. But in the case of Arjuna, first of all, it is artificially given. And Arjuna has not, as a sadhaka, reached that stage. And therefore, Arjuna is not able to overcome the fear. And therefore, he says, "Oh Lord, even though the world is congratulating me, but I am not able to withstand your Vishwarupam. And therefore, I have got a humble request. See, I have had enough of this Vishwarupam. Please withdraw this Vishwarupam." We must remember, it was Arjuna who, in the first place, asked for Vishwarupa. Now, the very same Arjuna who said, "I would like to have Vishwarupa Darshanam," the very same Arjuna says, "I cannot withstand it." Which means what? I am not able to move from Eka Rupa Bhakti to Aneka Rupa Bhakti. I am not able to, as of now, as yet, sufficiently dilute my raga dveshas and move towards Nirguna Bhakti. I am at present in a transition stage. Nirguna Bhakti, for me, Aneka Rupa Bhakti followed by Nirguna Bhakti will all come much later. I now understand that at present, I have to first of all transition from Eka Rupa to Aneka Rupa Bhakti. Put it in another language, I have to actually get rid of my Ahankara and Mamakara to a very great extent. And I understand that only if these two are sufficiently diluted, will Vishwarupa be enjoyable. And therefore, Arjuna says, please withdraw this Vishwarupam. Please show me your original Rupam only. So he says, Adrishta Purvam Drishtva. I have seen something which is unique, which I have not experienced before. Because he had had the Vishwarupa experience for the first time, and therefore it is unique. Even though all along, not only Arjuna, all of us are having Vishwarupa Darshanam only at any point in time. Whenever we open our eyes, it is Vishwarupa Darshanam only. But we don't understand it. So similarly, Arjuna feels that he has not been able to understand, grasp what Vishwarupa Darshanam is all about. So he says it is unique, Adrishta Purvam. Adrishta Purvam means Apurvam. Apurvam means unprecedented. That which has not happened before. So, hey Krishna, this is Apurva Darshanam you have given me. And having seen this, Hrishitaha Asmi, I am extremely elated. Because whenever we see something rare, especially if the neighbor does not have, then we have that extra happiness, isn't it? Anything, including as simple as a dress. Similarly, here also Arjuna feels that nobody has seen Vishwarupam, but I have seen it, and therefore I am extremely happy. But at the same time, I have a problem, Krishna, that I am terribly frightened also. Bhayenacha. Because that gory scene where the mouth of the Lord was wide open and all the jivas were being swallowed and crushed in between the teeth, that scene keeps replaying in my mind again and again. And therefore, I am terribly frightened also. So my mind is afflicted, tortured, tormented, distressed with fear. Pravyatitam manaha. So it is like one experience which I would like to share. No, it is just like something what happens when we watch horror movies, And these days I've seen youngsters, somehow they have developed, some taste for watching horror movies, and that too at night. I don't know. What is this great behavior? No? They like, night after dinner and all that, they will sit and watch horror movies on the TV. But during our times, after 7 o'clock, we will not be exposed, even allowed to go outside so that, you may get scared. But these days, youngsters are all like that. So as long as they are watching the movie, they will enjoy the suspense and the action, etc. But after the movie is over, some scenes keep replaying in our mind, especially when we go to sleep. The Dracula movie and all that, I've not seen it, but I have seen some posters of that movie. So even the posters are very gory, I mean, you can't even imagine how the movie will be. So those scenes disturb our sleep also. Like that, there are many examples. Each one of you may have different examples. In fact, Swami Paramathanandaji shares a personal experience of his, which is, happiness and fear, or you can say grief, combined and happening at the same time. He says in his village, they have got this annual temple festival where a decorated elephant carries the deity, the village deity, in a pradakshinam, around the village. So one person, many of you would have seen similar, either seen the festivals in the villages or in even small towns, or you might have seen it in photographs, videos, etc. There, one person has to climb on top of an elephant, hold the deity, one umbrella, and also few more items along with the Lord. The deity is a small, idol only. He will hold it with one umbrella in one hand and all that. Nothing should fall. He has to be very careful. And when they go in Pradakshinam, all the villagers will do namaskara and all that. Because elephant is tall, so he will be visible to for quite a distance. And since sitting on that elephant and holding the idol is a special privilege, Swamiji says there used to be a severe competition as to who will go on the top and have the privilege of carrying the idol of the Lord. That person will be the happiest person on that day. And he will be envied by many others also. So it seems that in 1 year, Swamiji got the opportunity. This was all before his, maybe he was a brahmachari at that time. That he doesn't mention when it was before brahmacharyam or after brahmacharyam, but before sannyasa. He seems it got an opportunity to go on top of that elephant in one of those festivals. And he recounts his experience. He says that unlike in big festivals and all, which happened in Trishur and all, where not only the elephants are decorated, but they put lot of, they spread some cloth, cushion, etc. on the back of the elephant, so that whoever is sitting there is comfortable. Unlike that, in small village festivals, etc., they don't have that much of funds to provide. So, except for decorating the front of that tusk of the tusks and also the, what you call the, what is the English name for, not getting the word,
Trunk.
trunk of the elephant. They don't do any other decoration like, spreading the cloth, etc. So, Swamiji says, in all enthusiasm, I went up and they handed over this idol to me and umbrella, and I was sitting there. I was sitting on the bare back portion of the elephant throughout that pradakshanam, which can last for a couple of hours. And when Swamiji got to the top of the elephant, he discovered that he had to sit on the backbone of the elephant, because normally from the neck portion of the elephant, the backbone starts, and it is actually, it's sort of, you would have seen, it's both sides curved and the backbone stands out. Very hard backbone of the elephant. So you have to sit on that. And he says that the backbone of the elephant, which he has experienced the hardest stuff in the world, probably harder than the diamond. And he says the hair of the elephant, which stick out of that skin, they're also very sharp like needles. So when he got on the elephant, all others were envious of Swamiji, and he would look around and he will fake smile, at everyone. See, I am sitting on, masking the ordeal that he was undergoing. And therefore, within 5-10 minutes, he would start praying for this torture of sitting on the bare back of the elephant to end. But then he had no option but to endure the pain till the procession reaches its destination. And he says when he got down, he would still smile at others and not let out the secret of the ordeal that he faced on top of the elephant. So here Arjuna's situation is somewhat similar. Very happy, but at the same time miserable also. So Rishitaha Asmi and Bhayena cha Pravyatitam Manaha Me. And in between these two, Bhayam alone is dominating. And therefore Krishna Tadeva Deva Rupam Darshayame. O Lord, I would like to have the good old Krishna, my friend Krishna, smiling, beautiful. Adharam Maduram, Vadanam Maduram, Nayanam Maduram. That Krishna's form is what I would like to see. That Krishna alone I want. So Tadeva means Eka Rupa Ishwaraha Eva. So from this, we come to know that graduating to Aneka Rupa Ishwara itself is not an easy job. And only if I have graduated and remained in Aneka Rupa Ishwara, Vishwarupa Ishwara for sufficient length of time, thereafter only Arupa Ishwara will get inside us. There are a lot of very important messages for mumukshus and sadhakas in this. Because many people, what they do, they come to Vedanta classes 1 year, 2 year, and they are looking for moksha immediately. They become impatient. When will I get moksha? When will I get moksha? Moksha is not an easy process. Jivan Mukta in this life is a very, very tough process. It is not doable, but certainly not doable by everybody. It's a tapas, lifelong tapas. As we are seeing in Mundaka Upanishad also. So many stages one has to cross through to get to that moksha. Because the moksha is the most prized thing. It is going to deliver you free from punarjanma. All these sorrows and griefs and miseries of this life. You are going to escape all that for permanently or all time to come. You are going to become one with the universe. Your status is going to be elevated to that of Ishvara. That is why it is not an easy process. So if we try to jump from Eka Rupa to Arupa directly, it will not work. And that is why, in all our scriptures and Bhagavad Gita also, Acharya has kept this 11th chapter, a very important chapter in almost sort of a middle of Bhagavad Gita. After this chapter, once you have understood what is a Vishwarupa Ishwara, then the next 12th chapter, 13th chapter onwards will start making sense to you. And that is why for most people, Vedanta appears to be, the Upanishad appears to be more academic. And it does not help them because Upanishad is talking about what? Asparsham, Ashabdam, Arupam, Avyayam. Tat Arasam, Nitya, Agandavacha, Yat. All that we saw in Mundaka Upanishad. And therefore, there is no way we can visualize such an entity which is Asparsham, Ashabdam, Arupam, Avyayam. Therefore, the spiritual route map is gaining first sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, graduate to karma yoga for chitta shuddhi. In fact, this both can go together. Migrating from Ekarupa Ishwara Bhakta to Aneka Rupa Ishwara Bhakta, Vishwarupa Ishwara Bhakta. Only after all these stages are successfully crossed can one go to Arupa Ishwara, Brahman, Nirguna Brahman. And certainly, most certainly, Arjuna has not reached that stage as of now. And therefore he says, Tad eva rupam. That eka rupa Ishwaram darshaya. May you show me that form. Prasida devesha jagannivasa. Of course, here Krishna could have told Arjuna, hey, what are you talking now? You only wanted this Vishwarupa darshanam, correct? On your own, you could not ever dreamed of seeing this Vishwarupa darshanam, and I obliged you. Because you are my friend. And I thought you were sincerely asking for this. I thought you have now graduated from Eka Rupam to Vishwarupam and you want to understand. Now you want me to go back and show me my previous form. What do you think, Arjuna? Earlier, whatever thing you have done, I may forgive you for that, forget it. But now what you are doing is not acceptable. Do you think that I should keep dancing to the tunes you play? Sometimes you want Vishwarupa Darshanam, sometimes you want Ekarupa Darshanam, etc. Suppose, this is all supposition. She says, no, I will not withdraw. If he says that, what can Arjuna do? He can't do anything. And therefore Arjuna is pleading, hey Krishna Prasida, please be gracious to me. Hey Devesha, O Lord of gods, Jagannivasa, O Lord who is the abode of the universe, Vishwadhara Gagana Sadrisham. We have seen the meaning of Jagannivasa earlier also. The Lord in whom the whole universe is resting. Adhishtanam of the universe. And I think I have mentioned once earlier also, this idea is symbolically presented when Yashoda asked Lord Krishna to open the mouth. When she sees Krishna eating mud, and the children normally, at one particular stage in their life, if you let them outside, they will go and eat mud. I don't know what is that. Later on, they will not do, but that mud is very tasty for them. Krishna also grew up like that, eating mud. Of course, these days, children are saved because there is no mud, only concrete which they cannot eat. So Yashoda goes and says, open your mouth, because she wants to remove the mud from the mouth. We all know the story. And when Krishna opened the mouth, Yashoda, instead of seeing the mud which Krishna ate, she saw the whole cosmos with all the Akhilanta Koti Brahmanda Nayakas in that. And just as Arjuna could not withstand the Vishwarupa, even Yashoda could not stand that sight. So she asked Arjuna to shut his mouth. Even though it looks as a command, it seems that inside her, it was all fear. Oh my God, what is this that I'm seeing in my child's mouth? She could not imagine the cosmos inside the mouth of child Krishna. And that seems to have scared her. And as I said, this is a symbolic presentation in the Puranas. And it should not be taken literally. This is just to present that the whole universe is within Bhagavan. As I said, this symbolizes the Lord as Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrishtam. So prasida, please be gracious. Please revert to your earlier form of Ekarupa Ishvara. And in the next sloka, Arjuna again renews his request for Krishna reverting to Ekarupa form. Perhaps he feels that I have to request him 2-3 times, then only that will happen. So we will read the sloka. All of you can unmute. Kiritinam gadinam chakrahastam
Kirinam
Tinam
Gadinam
Grahasta
ichchami tvam drashtumaham tathaiva
Ichchami
Ichami
Tvam
Tvam
Tataiva
Drashtuvam Tataiva
Tadaiva
tenaiva rupena chaturbhujena
Tenaiva Rupena Chaturbhujena
सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते
Sahasrabaho
Sahasrabahu Bhava
Bhava
Vishwamurte
Vishwamurte.
Good. So the Anvaya is Aham ichchami drashtum tvam tata eva kiritinam gadinam chakrahastam sahasrabaho Vishwamurte Bhava tena eva chaturbhujena rupena. Aham ichchami, I wish, drashtum to see, tvam you, tata eva in the same form as before, kiritinam with crown, gadinam with mace, chakrahastam with the disc in your hand, sahasrabaho, O Lord with 1,000 arms, Vishwamurte, O Lord with universal form, bhava, appear, tena eva, with that very same chaturbhujena rupena, four-armed form. So Arjuna says, I wish to see you in the same form as before, with crown, with mace, with disc in your hand, O Lord, with 1,000 arms. O Lord, with universal form, appear with that very same form, O four-armed, or appear with the four-armed form. So Arjuna now, in this sloka, concludes his prayer. He has gone through different stages of emotions. This is the third stage of appreciation of Ishvara. First stage was Acharyam. Second stage is Bhayam. Third stage is Bhakti. So the third stage of Bhakti expression is being concluded here. And Arjuna's request to the Lord to get back to his own Eka Rupa. Therefore he says, Tvam aham drashtum ichchami. I would like to see you. Tenaiva rupena, with your old form only. That means Eka rupena. Krishna rupena aham drashtum ichchami. And what is that old rupam? Arjuna wants to make it amply clear what he means by old rupam. He is still not going to consider Krishna as his friend. That stage is over. He is going to see Krishna only as Bhagavan. So he is describing that Bhagavan's Rupa. He says Kiritinam. That form with the Kiritam, the crown on your head. Gadinam. That form with the Gada, the mace in your hand. Chakrahastam. With Sudarshana Chakra in your hand. With all these and Chaturbhujena in your own Chaturbhuja Rupa with four hands. Previously it was Sahasrabahu. Aneka Hastam. Now it is Chaturbhujam. And that's what he himself calls him Sahasrabahu, referring to the previous form. Even though I know you have got 1,000 arms, Hey Krishna, hey Bhagavan, I want to see only four. Chaturbhuja, four hands. So, He Sahasrabaho, Chaturbaho Bhava. Now, there are people who have made lot of analysis of this shloka. Because they claim, when did Arjuna see this Chaturbaho and Kiritinam and all? Even if Arjuna has seen Krishna as the king, he would have seen him only with the Kiritin, the crown, wearing king's crown. But where does this mace and this Sudarshana Chakra and Chaturbhuja, etc. come? So people argue, what is this? Is there some inconsistency? We will discuss that analysis and also how we have to understand this in the next class. Okay. Time up now. I'll close. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha. Namaste everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Guruji.
Thank you very
Namaskaram.
much.
Hari Om. Thank
Namaskaram,
you.
Guruji.
Namaskaram. Thank you.
Namaskaram, Guruji. Thank you.
Namaskaram. Thank you.
Namaste,
Namaskaram.
Guruji. Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
Yeah. Guruji, this Arjuna doesn't withstand the Vishwarupa Darshana, and so he requests for Ekarupa Darshana. So, which stage he would have reached, we should understand. He has attained Chitta Shuddhi or not yet? Which
Wait
stage
and see, no?
on the path?
If I reveal the whole story now, then no.
Acha, acha.
no
Okay, okay,
suspense.
okay.
Only
And,
11 chapters. We have got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 to go. We will.
Okay.
It's like, some people read some very nice novel. Then somebody else, they come and recommend, it's a very nice novel, you should read. Then they will start reading, they will tell the whole story. Say,
So the three gods.
Don't tell me the story. I want to read and enjoy.
Yes.
Similarly,
Yes,
have patience. We will see how that. Okay. One thing only I can say, Arjuna has not reached that stage of Chitta Shuddhi, because of which he can appreciate the Vishwarupa. That much you can understand. He has not reached that stage. Yeah.
And
Yes.
secondly, this Kiritinam is the plural or singular root?
Kiritinam is singular.
Singular. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Arun Kumar ji.
Namaste, Guruji. Namaste.
Namaste.
This is not a question on the discussion today, but more so considering it reminds me that to recall while we are, I'm in this path, how to get over this fear of death. We say this and then say this is a body, you try to this thing. Which part of my sadhana chatushaya sampat I should focus on, at least, to mitigate, so easily, even if you get hurt and then I have some pain, I just can't bear it, and then it becomes, makes sense for all the studies you've done. You're just, it all gone in 1 minute. So I just want to reinforce my path with some, I don't know how to do it. That's my question, Guruji.
See, we have been doing this 5 years, 6 years.
Yes, Guruji.
This study will take 50 years.
Okay.
What you are now is culmination of your past maybe 50 crore janmas. But in this janma, you have broken away from that past and started on a different route. You should give sufficient time for this study. That's why I said, many people come to Vedanta thinking that it is some magic wand will happen, Guru will give moksha and all. It doesn't happen that way. Guru only guides, Shastra guides. Shastra, what it does, it shows you the mirror what you are. And also shows you a photo what you should be. Traveling that journey, that path is your sadhana. And it is a very long process. It starts with Viveka Vairagya, which are the first two sadhana chaturthya. So don't worry. Keep traveling, keep traveling, keep traveling. It is just like you go to Shabarimala or you go to this Vaishno Devi. Vaishno Devi, you cross one hill, from far away, look as if the temple is on that hill. When you cross that hill, you feel, no, next hill, the temple. You keep on walking. When you become tired and you are about to fall down, tired, that the temple will come. I'm saying this because I experienced it myself. This is just going in for seeing the idol of in a temple.
Sabarimala also it is
Sabarimala
similar.
also same thing.
They tell it is just around the corner, but
Yeah. See, this is only seeing an idol of the God. If you are seeing the Vishwarupa, then how much we have to travel? Just imagine what obstacles we have to overcome, impediments we have to overcome. Just imagine. Have patience, keep traveling. Don't worry. It will happen. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Guru. Thank you.
Hari Om. Yes, any other comments, questions? So next week, no class. Okay. Please note. One class, I'm taking leave. Unusual leave. Unfortunately, if I had reached a hotel by that time, I would have probably taken the class, but then we will be in the bus on the way. That is why. Okay. Okay, Hari Om, then thank you very much, all of you. See you
Thank you,
Hari Om.
Guruji.
next week, after 1 week. Okay. Thank
Hari Om,
you.
Guru.
Hari
Hari
Om.
Om.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji. Hari Om.